Oh no, this is. Should I make background noise?
Hello? You want me to write a book about the rags to riches story of Joe Rance and the Washington crew team at the Berlin Olympics? Make it uplifting? Got it. Time to write a book. According to my research, Joe had a really tough childhood. I think using this in my book could appeal to the reader's sense of pathos.
I don't want you anymore, Joe. Fine, I'm living with my brother. This place is huge. I'm gonna join the rowing team.
What?
After he moved in with his brother and got old enough, he tried out for the crew team. Those men are huge and he has no experience.
I made the rowing team.
I'm Don Hume.
I'm Joe Rance.
I'm Shorty Hunt.
Stub McMillan.
Johnny White.
Gordy Adams, the Washington University.
Chuck Day.
Hey, I'm Reggie Morris.
I'm Bobby Mock.
Oh my god.
I should include a double plot to give the audience a better idea of what's going on with Hitler in Berlin at this time. And Hitler, as he listened to Goebbels and knowing full well what he had planned for Germany in the days, months, and years ahead, had slowly begun to recognize the value in presenting a more attractive face to the world.
Nine.
I should foreshadow the team winning the Olympics with their victory over the varsity team. It's a good rhetorical strategy that alludes to the gold medal. Still 2 miles out, the crews began on an impulse to race for home. At first, the freshmen stayed even with the varsity, rowing at the same stroke count. Ulbrichsen wasn't terribly surprised. He knew Bowles was working his freshmen hard. Ulbrichsen waited for the younger, less experienced boys to fade. Instead of fading, though, a half mile from the shell house, the freshmen suddenly began to pull ahead, grabbing a quarter-length lead. The varsity poured it out for the last 30 seconds, just managing to pull even with the freshmen as they reached the floating dock at the shell house. Team experienced many victories throughout their career.
Joe!
Back to back,
Back to back,
baby!
back to back, let's
go!
Repeat.
Let's go!
Repeat!
In the American boat, it took a moment for the boys to understand the German announcement, but when they did, their grimaces of pain turned suddenly to broad white smiles, smiles that decades later would flicker across old newsreels, illuminating the greatest moment of their lives.
Yeah, we first place. Keep scrolling.
I think with all of this research done and the book completed, it should be called The Boys in the Boat.
I'm Nick Byrne, and I really enjoyed reading this book, and I highly recommend it to other people due to the fact of how Joe's journey throughout the book is really surrounded upon how he joined the crew, and the crew really allowed him to open up and allow Joe to become the person that he was.
I really enjoyed the book. I'd recommend it to anyone in the class. And one of my favorite parts was how the coach, Ulbrichsen, at first, nobody really knew much about him, but throughout the course of the book, their victories kind of became his victories, and with the Olympics, it was a really sweet moment.
I really enjoyed the book, you know. It was Very good. I like the book. I mean, it was super cool how the author, he was like telling the story. It was like almost a fairy tale. But then it had like facts and stuff, the actual history. I recommend it 15 out of 10. It was superb.
Okay, my name's Hannah Jackson, and I really enjoyed this book. I would recommend it to everyone in the class because the author does like a very good job of bringing an old story to life with like his accounts of all the events and like how he personally goes into Joe's life and kind of like really paints a big picture for us on how it was for them back then and their really tough journey to the Olympics, and it was really uplifting to read, so I would recommend it.
Hi, I'm Dylan Oliver, the Costa Mesa High School. I really like this book, Boys in the Boat, and I would highly recommend it to all fellow readers of mine. And my favorite part of the book was how it had a double story of both the Hitler side and what they were doing in Germany, and then connecting it to Joe Rance's whole story and how they ended up meeting at the end and Joe came out successful.